I'm sorry, Ethan. We're letting you go. I stared at Mr. Dawson, thinking maybe I heard him wrong. What? Not personal, he said, flipping a folder shut like it meant nothing. It's just business, not personal. My voice cracked. I gave this company 6 years, built half the systems you still use. Lena crossed her legs, not even looking at me. You were great. We've moved in a different direction. You mean you moved in a different direction? I snapped. You and Aaron. Aaron finally spoke. Look, man, don't man me, I said, standing. You're my best friend. You could have said something. Aaron rubbed his face. It wasn't my decision, right? You're just sleeping with my girlfriend and taking my job. Nothing personal. Lena stood, her tone as cold. Ethan, stop acting like the victim. You were holding me back. I felt the floor drop under me. Holding you back? I was the one who pushed you to pitch your first app. I stayed up every night fixing bugs for your team. That was then, she said, folding her arms. You've stopped growing. My breath caught in my chest. So you throw me out like garbage. Don't be dramatic, Aaron muttered. I'm not dramatic. I'm betrayed. I turned to Mr. Dawson. You're really okay with this? He shrugged. Lena's department has been outperforming. I trust her judgment. Of course you do, I muttered. She wraps her lies in pretty language. Lena rolled her eyes. This is exactly why you're not fit for leadership. Too emotional, my fists clenched. You told me I was your future. You were, she said. But then I realized I didn't want a future that looked like yours. I looked at her, hoping for some sign of regret. Nothing. You'll never make it without me, she said, calm and final. That line, it cracked something inside me. I couldn't even answer. I just picked up the cardboard box sitting beside my chair and walked out. No one followed. The elevator ride. Down felt like a coffin. Silent, small, heavy. I stared at the box in my hands. A framed photo of me and Lena, a worn-out coffee mug that said code greater than sleep, and a USB drive. That's what. 6 years came down too. Outside, the sky was gray. Of course it was. So the world matched how I felt inside. My phone buzzed. It was a text from Ava. Dinner tonight? You okay? I stared at it. No, I wasn't okay. Another buzz this time from Maya. Heard something happened. I'm here if you want to talk. I typed, then deleted. Typed again. Finally. Thanks. Maybe later. I walked to the corner, stood there while taxis flew past like I was invisible. People moved on with their lives. Mine just ended. My phone rang. Aaron, I declined. He texted, I didn't want it to be like this. I threw the phone in the box. Didn't care what he wanted. I reached my apartment. The silence inside hit harder than the meeting. It dropped. The box on the floor stared at the wall. The photo from the office slid out and landed face up Lena, smiling, my arm around her. Back when I thought love meant loyalty, I picked up the frame and smashed it against the table. Glass shattered. I didn't care. My phone rang again. It's time I picked it up. Ava, I said. Ethan. You sound off. What happened? I sank into the couch. They fired me. What? Who did? Dawson Tech. Lena. Aaron. All of them. She went quiet. Then softly, come home. I don't want to be a burden. Ethan, she said. Firmly, you're my brother. Get your stuff. You're staying with me. I swallowed hard. Okay. Do you need me to come get you? I looked around the place. My life. My failure. No, I'll pack tonight. I'll come in the morning. I'm making your favorite, she said, trying to lift the weight in her voice. Pasta with that garlic bread you always steal. Thanks, I whispered. When she hung up, I stared at the broken photo again. At the empty apartment. At the pieces. You'll never make it without me, she said. But maybe that's exactly why I had to try. You sure you don't want me to pick you up? Ava's voice came through the phone, soft but firm. I've got it. Just give me a couple hours. You shouldn't be alone tonight. I've been alone for a while, I muttered, zipping up my duffel bag. She didn't respond right away. Then, text me when you're on the train. I will. I ended the call and looked around my apartment. Empty walls, half-packed boxes. My reflection in the dark TV screen looked like a stranger, someone thinner, tired, cracked in the middle. My phone buzzed again. Maya, just heard. I'm so sorry. Want to talk? Me, not now. Maybe later. She responded instantly. Maya, I meant it. Anytime. I tossed the phone on the couch. My hand trembled. I didn't even know if it was from rage or exhaustion anymore. The subway was loud, full of strangers. I sat with my duffel at my feet, staring at the floor. She said I was holding her back. I whispered to no one. The man beside me glanced over, then looked away. Smart move. I thought about the night Lena told me she believed in me. She said we were a team. She promised we'd build something together. Lies. All of it. When I got off at Ava's stop, the cold air hit me harder than expected. She was all ready, standing outside her apartment in pajamas and slippers. I tried to smile. You didn't have to wait. Yeah, well, I don't trust you not to get hit by a bus right now. I laughed once. It sounded fake. She took the bag from my hand and led me inside. The heat was blasting. Her little dog barked once, then retreated under the couch. You hungry? Not really. You're eating anyway. Sit. She disappeared into the kitchen. I dropped onto her worn couch and closed my eyes. You want to talk about it? She called out. No? Want me to punch someone? Kind of. She walked back with a plate of garlic bread and pasta, handed it to me, then sat cross-legged on the floor. So how bad was it? I stared at the food. She was in the room when they fired me. So was Aaron. Wait, on Aaron? Yeah. Ethan. What the hell? They're together? She blinked. You're kidding. I wish. She cursed under her breath, then threw a pillow across the room. She always gave me weird vibes. You never said anything. You were in love. What was I supposed to do? Ruin it for you? She did that on her own? Ava sighed. I'm sorry, I picked at the bread. Should have seen it coming. No, she said sharply. Don't do that. She played you. You loved her. That doesn't make you stupid. It kinda does. It makes you human. I didn't answer. The food was cold now, but I forced a bite anyway. I invested everything into that app she pitched. She said it was a sure thing. She used you, she did. It's fairly standing, she said. Barely. She stood and walked over, dropping onto the couch beside me, and sit for a while. Breathe. Sleep. Tomorrow, you figure out what's next. Tonight, you fall apart if you need to. I nodded. Did you cry yet? She asked. Yeah, good. That means you're not numb. I let the plate rest on my lap. I don't even know who I am without her. Ava looked at me. You're Ethan. You're my brother. You're stubborn, smart, annoyingly humble, and you don't quit. That's who you are. I swallowed hard. Thanks, she patted my leg. You've got a place here for as long as you need. I don't want to stay long. You can lie to yourself later. Tonight you're crashing here. I laid in her spare room, staring at the ceiling. The tears came again. Quiet, but they came. She told me I'd never make it without her. And maybe for a second I believed her. But Ava didn't. And maybe that was enough for now. You still in bed? Ava knocked twice, cracking the door open. Yeah, it's 3 p.m., I know. You eat anything? Water counts. She sighed. You're starting to smell like old laundry. Thanks for the honesty. Walked in, tossed a hoodie at my face. Get up, walk, shower, be alive. You've got 1 week before I start charging rent. I smirked. You wouldn't. Try me. After she left, I stared at the ceiling again. That had become my full-time job, breathing, blinking, regretting. That night, I couldn't sleep. I stared at the pile of boxes I never unpacked. One was labeled, Old Crap. I opened it. Inside was a notebook. Black cover, worn edges. My old ideas. Stuff I hadn't looked at in years. Version sync, real-time edit tracker. Geopulse, neighborhood data tools. I flipped through page after page of old code, wireframes, notes I scribbled during subway rides. Then I saw one. TaskSpark. AI-powered micro-project manager. I remembered sketching it on a napkin with Lena. Only now, I saw every flaw. Every gap I could fix. I grabbed a pen. Just like that, I started writing again. The next morning, I messaged Maya, me. Still want to talk? Maya, always. What's up? Me. I have an idea. Maybe a crazy one. Want to help me build something? Her reply came instantly. Maya, yes. 100%. What are we building? Jumped on a call that night, okay? I said, notebook in hand. It's called TaskSpark. Big Notion meets Trello, but for people juggling side hustles. Easy UI, smart. Recommendations. Auto prioritization. Sounds solid, she said. Lightweight AI? Exactly. Do you want it web-based? For now, yeah. Later, we can build mobile. She paused. You're serious about this? I need to build something, Maya, or I'll lose my mind. I'm in. That caught me off guard, really. You helped me when I crashed after my last job. This is me paying it back. Loyalty's rare, I muttered. Yeah, but not extinct. Send me the mock-ups. We worked every night. She coded fast, smarter than I remembered. Every time she fixed a bug, I felt the fire in me come back. One night, I said, we need a better back-end framework. You know anyone? I might. Carter Miles? I blinked. The Carter Miles? Expite-Wave CTO? Yeah, he mentors part-time now. I did a boot camp with him. You think he'd help I can ask? She set up a call. Carter appeared on my screen gray hoodie, messyoffice.com voice. So, Ethan, he said, you're the guy with the fire and no funding? I laughed. That's me. Maya says you've got a brain. Sell me. I launched into the pitch. Simple, fast, direct. His face didn't move much, but he listened. He said after. You don't sound like a guy who got dumped and fired. Oh, I am. I'm just repurposing the grief. He grinned. Good answer. Will you help us? I'll look over your stack. Not doing the heavy lifting, but I'll guide. Weekly check-ins? That work? More than I could ask. Then let's see if your spark burns or fizzles. Later that night, I sat in the dark again. My laptop glowed with sketches and notes. Ava knocked. Still awake? Barely. She peeked in. You look alive again. I remembered. I'm not useless. She smiled. Told you. Just needed a reset. I'm not the same guy anymore. You're better. I leaned back. It's weird. This started as revenge. Still is. Maybe. But now I just want to build something that matters. Ava crossed her arms. Then build it. Prove every one of them wrong. A few days later, Maya messaged me mid-code. Maya, I added the auto-sorting logic. Want to test it? On it, also got the pitch deck template started. Maya, you're different these days, me. Better or worse? Maya, stronger. I stared at that word. Stronger. For the first time in weeks, I believed it. You're up next, the receptionist said, motioning toward the glass door. I wiped my palms on my jeans. Thanks. You look nervous, Maya whispered beside me. I feel like I'm walking into a firing squad. That's because you are, she said. Just don't bleed. Out. Inside, 3 men sat behind a long table. The one in the middle. Leaned back, arms folded, sharp suit, cold eyes. Jared Quinn. I stepped forward. Hi, I'm Ethan Cole. This is Maya Chen. We're the team behind TaskSpark. Jared didn't look up. You've got 10 minutes. Impress us. I clicked my laptop. TaskSpark is a smart, lightweight productivity app designed for freelancers and side hustlers. It uses AI to auto-sort tasks, predict deadlines, and track micro-goals. Isn't that what every productivity tool claims to do? Jared said, finally glancing at me. Most tools organize. Ours predicts. It doesn't just react. It adapts. He raised an eyebrow. Show me. I pulled up the dashboard. Maya tapped a few keys, triggered a test user flow. Jared watched for 20 seconds, then laughed. This is amateur work. My jaw tightened. Excuse me? This UI looks like a student project? You want 6 figures for this? I forced myself to breathe. It's a prototype. We're looking for feedback and seed capital, not a final valuation. Here's my feedback, start over, or better yet, quit. Maya shot me a look. Don't explode. Thanks for your time, I said flatly, closing the laptop as we walked out. Jared said, you've got heart, kid, but heart doesn't pay the bills. I didn't look back, but I clenched my fists until my nails dug into my palms. Outside, Maya broke the silence. I'm gonna stab that guy with a stylus. Don't, I muttered. We might need him later. You serious? No, I said, but he'll regret laughing. Later that night, I jumped on a call with Carter. So you bombed, he said casually. Yeah, did you crack? No. Then you didn't bomb. I sighed. He called our work amateur? Then prove him wrong. You got the code? Now fix the pitch. Easy for you to say. Not really. I've been laughed out of rooms too. Once by a guy who ended up working for me. I smiled. Okay. Teach me how to pitch, like I own the room. First rule, Carter said, don't ask for permission. You're the expert. Over the next few days, I rewrote every line of the pitch. Maya reworked the UI with a vengeance. This animation too flashy? She asked. No, leave it. Let them see we've got fire. She smirked. We do. A week later, I got a second meeting. Smaller firm, less fancy, more real. You ready? Maya asked. Not really. You will be. I walked into the room and pitched like I had nothing to lose, because I didn't. When I finished, one investor nodded. Send us the deck. It wasn't a yes, but it wasn't a laugh. That night, scrolling on my phone, I saw a post. Lena Hart, promoted to head of innovation, Dawson Tech, smiling in her new office. Wearing the blazer I bought her, Maya glanced over. You okay? She's building her future? I muttered, you will too. You use my ideas to get there, then outbuild her, outlast her. I stared at the screen. My hands trembled not with fear, but with something hotter. I will, I said. I swear. 2,000 downloads this morning, Maya said, scrolling through her phone and climbing. Seriously? Check the analytics? I looked. Real numbers? Real users? We actually launched. Did more than launch, Ethan. We hit trending in the productivity section. I stared at the screen, silent. You okay? She asked. Yeah. Just remembering the guy I was 6 months ago? Want to thank him or punch him? Both. Later that day, Carter messaged me. Carter. Saw the article in Microtech Digest. You made it me. Still early, Carter. Don't get humble now. Take the win. Ava walked into the living room with a bag of chips. Is this the same task spark that almost made you cry in your sleep? I raised an eyebrow. Almost. Grinned. Congrats, nerd. I can't believe people are actually using it. You better believe it. Mom's already bragging to her book club. Great. Now they'll think I'm some tech genius. You kind of are. I laughed. Don't jinx it. 3 days later, my phone rang. Jared Quinn. I let it buzz once. Twice. Then I answered. Ethan Cole, he said. Glad I caught you. What do you want? I've been watching your launch. Very impressive numbers. And I'd like to revisit our conversation. Which part? I said. The one where you laughed in my face? He chuckled. That was business. You've grown. I have. So how about we talk investment again? Serious terms this time. We're not looking for partners anymore, I said. A pause. I see. Good. Then I hung up. Maya turned from her desk. Was that Jared? Yeah. What did he say? He wants in. And you? I said no. She smiled. Took you long enough. The next week, Maya stormed into the co-working space, holding her laptop. You're not going to believe. This... What? Dawson Tech is under investigation. I blinked. For what? Financial fraud. Misuse of investor funds. It's all over the tech forums. Who's involved? She hesitated. Elena's name came up. She co-signed some of the contracts. I didn't speak. They think Mr. Dawson was funneling money through a shell vendor. Lena approved the vendor. I leaned back slowly. Karma, you okay? I'm better than okay. Later that night, Ava sat beside me on the porch sipping tea. You seem lighter. I am. She's finally getting what she deserves. Maybe I'm not even angry anymore, liar. I grinned. Okay, maybe a little. But mostly. I just feel free. The next morning, Maya sent me a link. Who's Detective Reeve? I asked, skimming the article. Lead on the Dawson Tech case. He looks 12. Don't let the baby face fool you. He's got a record. For what? Uncovering corporate messes fast? I kept reading. Lena wasn't named directly, but the hints were clear. She's going down with him, I said. Maya looked at me. You still want revenge? I thought about it. No, I want peace. You finally got it. Not yet, but I'm getting close. 2 days later, Jared emailed again. Subject, final offer message, double last valuation. Full PR support. Let's talk. I forwarded it to Maya me. Should I even respond? Maya, only if you want to send a gif of someone slamming a door. I laughed, tempting. Seriously though, she said, how does it feel, knowing the same guy who mocked you now wants to ride your wave? I leaned back. Honestly, feels like quiet justice. We hit 10,000 users by the end of the month. Carter called. You officially crossed the startup limbo, he said. What does that mean? Dio, no longer just promising. You're real. I guess we are. He paused. Don't let the attention mess with your focus. Got it? Also, I'm sending you someone young designer, crazy smart. This might help scale. Appreciate it. You earned this, he said. Keep going. That night I stared at our dashboard. Metrics, messages, feedback. It wasn't perfect, but it was ours. Maya tapped her screen. Beta 2's ready. I'll review in the morning. You good? Yeah, she studied me. You're smiling. I guess I am. First time in a while. I forgot how it felt. She nudged me. Don't forget again. Didn't expect to see Natalie's name on my screen, Natalie. Hey, I know I'm probably the last person you want to hear from, but it's about Lena. I stared at the message, debating whether to open Pandora's box. Me. What about her? Natalie. She's not doing well. Should know. We met that evening at a quiet cafe near Midtown Neutral Territory. You look good, she said, sliding into the booth. I feel different. She's a mess, Ethan. I stayed silent. She's been drinking. It's a lot. Shows up late to meetings. Erin's gone. Gone where? Moved out? Left her? Blocked her? I raised an eyebrow. I didn't see that twist coming. She's paranoid, keeps saying Dawson set her up. He kinda did. She's not sleeping, not eating. Keeps staring at her phone like she's waiting for it to ring. She expecting a call from me? Natalie looked away. She wants to meet. Why now? Because she lost everything and needs something that feels real again. I exhaled slowly. And I'm supposed to be that. No. But I think she needs to see what she broke. I sat with the idea for 2 days. Ava wasn't thrilled. You're not serious. I just want closure. She doesn't deserve it. Not doing it for her. I'm doing it for me. She rolled her eyes. Just don't fall for crocodile tears. I won't. I picked the cafe where we used to go on Sundays, corner booth, cracked menu, weak coffee. I sat by the window. She was 10 minutes late. When she finally walked in, I almost didn't recognize her. Hair unbrushed, eyes dull. Hi, she said, sliding into the seat across from me. Hey, I didn't think you'd come. I almost didn't. Guess you've heard? I've seen the headlines. She swallowed hard. It's not all true. I raised an eyebrow. Which part? The fraud or the meltdown? I didn't know Dawson was stealing. I trusted him. Like I trusted you? She flinched. I didn't come here to fight, she said quietly. Why did you come? I needed to see you. Why? Because she looked down. Because I was wrong. I stared at her. When I said, you'd never make it without me, she whispered. I didn't mean it. I was scared. Of what? Being ordinary? Of not winning? So you stepped on me to climb higher? Tears welled in her eyes. I thought Aaron would make me feel stronger. He didn't. I leaned back. You threw everything away. I know, do you? She nodded slowly. I see it now, every day, every silence, every rejection. I deserve it. And what do you want from me? Nothing, she said, voice breaking. Just to say I'm sorry. I studied her for a long moment. Said I'd never make it without you. I didn't think you would. I met her eyes. That's exactly why I did. She covered her face with both hands, shoulders shaking. I didn't reach for her. Let the silence fill the space between us. When she looked up, her makeup was smeared. I miss who we were, I don't, she winced. I miss who I was before you broke me, but I don't miss us. She wiped her face. Are you happy now? I'm getting there. That's more than I can say. I stood. Take care of yourself, Lena. She grabbed my wrist. Wait, do you hate me? I looked at her hand, then into her eyes. I don't hate you, but I'm done carrying you. She let go. I walked out without looking back. Maya messaged me later. Maya, you okay? Me? Yeah. Maya. Did she cry? Yeah, I typed, then paused, then deleted it. Me. She's broken. Didn't need to break her, Maya. So why do you sound lighter? Maybe because I didn't come to win. I came to let go. Ava, I'm telling you Singapore wants in. 40% equity. 40. She blinked. That's huge. We'd retain full creative control. They just want their name on something growing. You did it, Ethan. Not yet. I said, sliding my laptop shut. One more move? She frowned. What kind of move? I want Dawson Tech. She stared. Why the hell would you want that corpse? Because that's where I died. The acquisition took 6 days. The company was crumbling, lawsuits piling up, reputation wrecked. I made a cash offer so low, I almost felt guilty. Almost, Maya. The paperwork's through. I officially own Dawson Tech. Her eyes widened. You're serious? Board meets Friday? I'll be there. They're not going to see it coming. I hope Dawson's sitting in my old chair. Friday came fast. I wore the same suit I'd worn the day I was fired. Not for luck. It's for symmetry. The receptionist barely looked up when I walked in. Here for the 11 a.m. board review? Yes, she nodded. Take a seat. They'll call you in. I didn't sit. I walked straight down the hall, past old faces, blank stares. No one stopped me. The door to the boardroom was open. Gentlemen, I said. 6 heads turned. Mr. Dawson froze. The hell? Hello again, I said. Sorry I'm late. This is a private meeting. Was it? Until I bought the company, no one spoke. Excuse me? One of the board members asked. I pulled the contract from my bag and dropped it on the table. Signed, sealed, and filed with the state. Effective this morning, Mr. Dawson stood. Trembling, this is a joke. No, sir. But you might want to sit. You can't just, I can. I did. He looked around the room. Lies. No backup. You should leave, I said. He laughed bitterly. This is my company. Correction, it was. Now it's mine. I built this. No. You stole it and buried it. I'm just digging out the bones. Silence settled over the table. Pack your things, Dawson. You're done here. You're firing me, like you fired me. But I'm giving you one courtesy. You never gave me I'm saying it to your face. He turned red, then pale. You're making a mistake. I made that mistake once. Didding. Across from you? He looked to the board. You're letting him do this? One of them coughed. It's legal. He owns controlling interest. Mr. Dawson's lip twitched. You'll regret this. I leaned in. Oh, you will. Outside, Maya waited by the elevator. Well? She asked. It's done. He'll lose it, speechless. Mostly, she grinned. I wish I could have. Seen his face, I'll never forget it. Later that night, I called Carter. You actually did it, he said, laughing. You bought the damn company. It felt like justice. Feels more like art. I walked into that boardroom and fired him in the same chair he fired me from. Carter whistled. Now that's full circle. Yeah. But I'm not done. What's next? I rebuild it. The right way. I sat alone in the office I used to dream about. The desk was mine now. The windows, the view, the nameplate. I stared at the plaque. Ethan Cole, CEO Maya, knocked. You okay? I thought I'd feel more rage, and I just feel clean. She sat on the edge of the desk, because you didn't have to scream. To win. Exactly. She nodded. Want me to order champagne? No, just coffee. She smiled. Boss's choice. I walked past the glass wall, looked down at the city. I remembered Lena's words. You'll never make it without me. And now, here I was, standing above it all. Quiet, powerful, and finally, you're really doing this, huh? Ava's voice caught the wind. She stood beside me on the rooftop, looking out at the skyline. Feels surreal, I said. I used to stare at buildings like this and wonder what it'd feel like. And now, you're at the top of your own. Doesn't feel like I thought it would. She looked at me. Better or worse? Different. Heavier because you earned it. I nodded. And because I lost a lot to get here, you didn't lose yourself. I almost did. The elevator dinged behind us. Maya stepped onto the rooftop, 2 coffees in hand. Your assistant said black, no sugar. Am I promoted to caffeine courier now? I took the cup. Consider it part of your expanded responsibilities, co-founder. Don't tempt me with titles unless there's equity attached. There's a contract on your desk. She blinked. Seriously? You built this with me, Maya? You deserve more than a paycheck. She glanced at Ava, then back at me. You're serious? I've never been more... She stepped forward and wrapped her arms around me. Okay, now I believe it. Ava grinned. Don't mind me. Just watching my brother become someone people actually admire. Maya laughed. Took him long enough. I smiled, but something tugged at the edges of my mind. Lena, she's gone quiet, Ava said, reading my expression. You saw it too. The silence? Yeah. No posts, no features, not even gossip. She disappeared like smoke, I murmured. Maya stepped closer. Last I heard, she resigned from everything, moved somewhere no one's watching. She lost more than her. Job, Ava added. She lost the version of herself she was trying to sell. I exhaled slowly. It's weird. I thought I'd feel vindicated, and you don't. Maya asked. I don't feel anything? Ava tilted her head. Not even anger? I shook mine. I think I left that behind. We stood in silence for a moment. The city buzzed below. Maya finally spoke. Do you regret any of it? Losing her, or everything? Both. I looked down at the cup in my hand. I regret how much of myself I gave away trying to be enough. And now? Ava asked. I'm not trying anymore. I just am. Maya sat on the ledge, feet swinging. You're different now. Better. Calmer. Less desperate.
Is?
Laughed. That's a polite way of saying I was a mess. She smirked. I didn't say it. But you're right. Ava stepped forward. What happens now? I stared at the skyline. How I build something that outlives me. The pain? She asked. I don't think it leaves. I think it just becomes part of the foundation. A breeze rolled through. I closed my eyes. I used to come up here in my head, I said. When things were bad. Imagining this. Maya asked. Not exactly. Just imagining freedom. Peace. A version of me that didn't ache. And now, Ava asked softly, I still ache. But I understand it. They didn't speak. I think they knew I needed to. Lena once said I'd never make it without her. Cruel, Ava muttered. No, I said, honest. That's what she believed. That's what I believe too, Maya whispered. Not anymore. I opened my eyes. No, not anymore. Ava glanced at her watch. I should head back. Your niece has a recital. Tell her Uncle Ethan says break a leg. She'll expect flowers. I'll send roses. She hugged me. I'm proud of you. Even if you still burn toast. I've upgraded to eggs now. God help us. Maya and I watched her go. You okay? She asked. Yeah, just remembering. Can say her name, you know. I know. She doesn't own your story. No. But she changed it. We sat quietly. Sunset painted gold across glass towers. Maya nudged my arm. Want to know what I think? Always. You didn't win because you built an app, or fired Dawson, or bought the company. Then why? You won because you healed. That's the rare part. I swallowed hard. Didn't feel like healing. It never does. Just feels like surviving until it doesn't hurt anymore. Stood, walked toward the edge. The wind was cold but not biting. I whispered, "Thank you for breaking me." Maya looked up. What? Nothing. She smiled gently. Closure, not quite, but enough. We watched the sun fall, and I let the past go.